Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel for another video. In this video, I wanted to talk to you guys briefly about Caden's recent diagnosis. So December 18th, 2015, Caden was diagnosed with autism spectrum disorder. Autism is a neurological disorder that affects the way the brain develops. And spectrum, the reason why they use the word spectrum is because no two kids look alike, they don't behave the same, and they're completely different. So it's really important to remember that fact. So when they told me autism, the first thing I wanted to know is, how does autism affect Caden? And what can I do to try to make his life easier and better, even though he does have challenges ahead of him? So for number one, Caden has a speech and language delay. That puts him on the spectrum. Caden is 3.5 years old. He should be putting sentences together. He should be able to express himself with his words, and he should also be able to communicate with me. We're not there yet. We are in therapy, and he does repeat, but he's still not able to communicate those wants. Number two, his social, that goes with the communication. Even though he plays with kids at school, he does a good job at interacting with them. That's great. You know, I'm really excited. He's come a long way. He's still not able to, just talk to them. And so, unfortunately, a lot of times that causes him to play alone because he's not able to express himself with them. Sensory, the ABA therapy will come into my house, and they will help me to help Caden understand his senses and how to react to certain things that may happen to him, because kids with autism, they have a high tolerance of pain, and they need to understand that if you do something that hurts, you need to say, this hurts. And then also just being aware of your surroundings. So like, we live on a busy street. If I let Caden out, he'll just run right in the street and not even be aware that a car may come and it could, he could get hit and hurt, and we don't want that to happen. So that puts him on the spectrum. Behavior, he tends to have repetitive behavior as far as playing with his toys. He'll line his toys up, and he does it at home, he does it at school. A lot of times he'll get fixated on one toy, and he'll just have to, do this with this toy, and he has to line this up, and that puts him on the spectrum. And also stimming, which is rocking back and forward. That's just a sensory thing that he does. And here lately, he'll like roll his eyes, or he'll do some hand flapping as well, but that's all new. So those things put Caden on the spectrum. Caden is on the low end of the spectrum. He's not on the high end of autism. There are some kids out there that are severely autistic, but fortunately with Caden, he's not. So with all these therapies and everything, I'm hoping that he gets to where he needs to be. Currently, there is no cure for autism. Once your child is diagnosed, the best thing that you can do is be an advocate for them. Make sure that things are getting done, therapies. That way that will help them to be able to cope with their symptoms. So that was a hard day, but it wasn't the end of the world once I realized that, what, I'm going to be a fighter, and I'm going to fight for Caden, and I'm going to do everything that I can to help him. Then everything's going to be okay. Also, I know you guys watch our videos. The small victories, like him saying bye-bye, or red, or something like that, all of those are great things for Caden. And I thank you guys so much for your encouraging comments and everything. But I do have some books on autism that I've read. I don't just read anything. I like to read things that has history and evidence to back it up. Autism is on the rise, and so there's a lot of good research out there that I've been reading as well. Also, support groups. In the next couple weeks, I will be going to Vanderbilt and joining a few other people and I'll get to talk to them about their kids and how autism has affected them. And then one more thing we got was a book about autism and diet. There is some people out there that say if you take gluten out of foods that that improves behavior, but there's no concrete evidence to back that theory up. but it doesn't hurt to try it. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you guys have any questions about autism and how it relates to Caden, just let me know and I'll answer it the best that I can. Everything that I spoke about in this video is about Caden and Caden only. That's the best way for me not to get overwhelmed with all of the information out there on autism. So anyway, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.